Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nafula. If you've not subscribed to my channel, I highly recommend that you subscribe. But if you've already subscribed to my channel, I just want to say thank you for subscribing and thank you for watching my videos. So for the people who want to apply for the DV lottery and you intend on applying for non-immigrant visas in the future, applying for DV lottery does not in itself affect your non-immigrant visas in the future. Usually, for the most part, it doesn't raise an issue for the embassy, at least for the most people that have applied. Even my friends that I invited here on a visitor's visa, all of them applied for the green card that they never won. That's why we decided to do a visitor's visa and they ended up coming. So applying for the green card lottery does not do anything. The only time it affects you is if you apply for the DV lottery and then you end up winning and then you file your DS-260. DS-260 is a visa that's like an immigrant visa. You're expressing interest in getting an immigrant visa. That's the green card. So that's expressing immigrant intent. And for having, if you're applying for non-immigrant visas, usually having an immigrant intent works against you. So you might be denied a visa because of that. So when you file your DS-260 after you win, and then you maybe apply for F1. So some people will file for a DS-260 and maybe they have a high case number and then they don't get an interview, or maybe they file and then they decide they don't want to immigrate to the United States, or maybe they file and then they decide, they go to the embassy and then maybe their visa gets denied. So there's so many reasons why you can file a DS-260 and still not make it to America. So if you file it and you don't make it to America, just know that when you apply for another non-immigrant visas, it might be an issue at the embassy. They will have you'll have to explain why you wanted to go to America to stay and then you want to go there now and come back. And it's not an automatic visa denial. Usually you have to explain yourself. So if you have a good reason why you did that, then you might get a visa. So then applying for the green card just by itself does not affect your non-immigrant visa. And I know that because my mother is here. I applied for B1 actually for her. And the reason why I applied for the B1, I applied twice. The green card, she did not win. I applied for her twice. She did not win. So the first time I applied and I added my brother, she did not win. The second time I applied and added my brother, but then I put another application for him. So he won, but my mom still did not win. So I decided to do a B1 visa, and then she came here, and then she was able to adjust her status in the United States. She became a legal permanent resident of the United States. So there's some people out there, trying to scare people. They're like, okay, if you apply for the DV lottery, it's going to affect your future visas. For the most part, it does not. And everybody, usually I help, all the people that you've seen that I've brought to the US in the B1 visa, for the people who know me, they did not win the green card. That's why I decided to do the visitor's visa. And it never have come up. They've never even mentioned at the embassy. But then if you file the DS-260, it stays in the system, so they know you expressed immigrant intent at one point. Hope I've made myself clear. Then again, I said I'm not an immigration lawyer, so you can check with immigration lawyers. But just know that just from experience, applying for the green card lottery has never done anything for anybody that I know, at least. If maybe it did anything, maybe you applied for the DV lottery and then it affected your visa, or they asked you about it at the embassy, you can type in the comment section below so that we know, we get we get an idea of if you applied and then it was an issue. But if you filed the DS-260, if you won, it's a different story. But if you just applied and then you showed up and they ask you anything about it, we want to hear from you. Type in the comment section below.
How do I get hosted at NAFULA Connect? You need to go to the website. Our website is www.nafulaconnect.com, and that's where you're going to apply for hosting. And once you're on the landing page, you can go to guest and host pairing, or alternatively, you can just come down here where it says apply for hosting, and then you're going to click apply for hosting here. And that will bring you to this page right here. So, and then on this page, as you can see, this is Rombe, a previous DV 2023. This is Geoffrey, is also a DV 2023 that we are hosting. So you have to complete this form. For DV 2025, I'm currently full if you need an address, but if for some reason, if you happen to get a visa and you need a host, just contact me. So if you're DV 2024 and you already have your visa in your hands and you do not have a host in America, you need to come here and apply for hosting. I have to get your formal application to do anything. Don't email me. Apply for hosting first before you email me. So on this page here where it says apply for hosting, you're gonna, it's a option that says this form is only for DV lottery winners who've already won. So if you're a student or if you're a visitor, you need hosting. I don't host anybody other than DV lottery winners. So you're gonna fill this up. You have to put all the information, first name, last name. I'll need to know your confirmation number, your case number, because that's how I know, like, when are you coming, or if you won the green card lottery. Like I said, I only host DV lottery winners. So that is the only way I will know that you won the green card lottery winners. And that the case number and confirmation number separates you from any other visas, because the other visas, they don't have the confirmation number and the case number. So you'll need to provide that information. And then how I can contact you back, you need to type your phone, make sure you put your area code in, your email. I really highly recommend that you know how to drive, but at my hosting you don't need to know how to drive, because you can take a bus to work, but then just to be convenience for yourself, just know how to drive. And then special accommodation, like for example, you don't speak English and you need like a translator and stuff like that. I'll need to know that. Maybe you're not, maybe you have asthma and you need to be like a room that, you don't need to, like, maybe you have medical conditions that needs accommodation. Those are the things that we look for if we ask, what do you need as a special accommodation? So you apply for hosting, and then after you apply for hosting, I will contact you, and then I will get back to you with the information about how much it costs, how you'll get here, how you'll get picked up at the airport, and so forth, and everything about the hosting. But for right now, you have to place an application first. I can't insist this enough, because if you email me 10 times, you'll just be frustrated. You have to place a formal application. We have it on file. And also when you send an email, just, the heading just say visa approved, need hosting, something like that. Because I have so many applicants that sometimes it gets hard to find, like, to pick like who needs urgent hosting and who doesn't. So just make sure your subject is clear enough that you urgently need a host. So that's how you apply for hosting. And then once you get it, you'll join all these other DV lottery winners. You'll be here. You'll live like a family. We live as a family. We help each other out and all that, so forth. So you won't be lonely. There's no loneliness here, because you'll have your friends who are already here, who will guide you, who will help you find a job if you need a second job, or who will help you find different things, who will give you rides to wherever you want to go. So all these people are here for you. So apply for hosting if you need hosting. Don't be frustrated if I don't get back to you right away, because I get a lot of applications. Once I get to it, I will contact you. Thanks for watching.